Your average gym bro has been spoon-fed myths for all of his life, and yet he will never question any of them. He will believe what his friends say. He will believe what he's read on the internet. He'll believe these random blog pages with no credibility other than a photo of a bodybuilder at the top. Anatoly has come across these myths. Why? Independently of everyone else, he founded these myths. He thought, what if this could happen? And he tested. He criticized. He fought. He added common sense. And he came to a conclusion that it was stupid. He debunked his own myths. The myths that people will believe as if it somehow makes some sort of superior sense because they saw someone doing it in the gym. No, I want you guys to imagine something with me. Usually I would do a story here, and I can talk about, I can give a story about how when I was younger I would always see people in the gym, and I still see them in the gym doing myths which are so easy to spot and so easy to debunk. I could talk about that. I could give my own story, but I don't want to do that. I want you guys to close your eyes. I want to do an exercise, and I want us to imagine our gym, to create this sort of like mind space in our head of our gym. We can picture every single thing. And now we're going to add a few people, a few NPCs, if you will. Add in some regulars if you'd like. And they're doing an activity. They're all going to be doing activities, okay? Great, so none of that's created. I want you to look around. There's going to be a few things we see. I guarantee there's going to be a guy doing that inner chest exercise, the hex press, where the dumbbells are put together. Or maybe a guy standing up and he's doing a chest plate press because he can feel it in the chest. He can feel the contractions so well. Maybe a guy's doing some sort of shoulder exercise where he's working his rotators by standing up and breaking the laws of gravity. You can see all of this. You see this every single day and you ignore it. You block it out because you don't want to accept it. If you go up and tell them they're doing something wrong and you explain to them why, civilly, peacefully, even if they're your friend, they don't get it. They don't follow your instructions and they keep doing it the wrong way. Maybe, this is the worst one, but maybe they try and appease your ego. They do it for a few sets, and then the second you're out of view, they go back to how they were doing it before. And that is heartbreaking, because that means that they only care about what you think of them. They don't care about what you're actually saying. And that is horrible. But there are some hidden myths here. We can look around. We see the cardio section. There are guys and they're working out. And it's summer, it's kind of hot. But they're wearing so much stuff. And it's not because they're like self-conscious or anything. But it's because they're trying to sweat more. Maybe we even see someone with those ridiculous sweat vests that people try and sell them something that doesn't work. Maybe we even see one of those and they're sweating more to burn more fat. Maybe we even look around, we see a few women on some machines. It's a chest press or it's a leg machine, and we see them using the lightest weight possible. There is no visible exertion because they believe it's going to make them bulky. Maybe we can even see someone we knew 4 months ago, and they're still doing the exact same amount of weight because they think it's going to make them bulky, because they think they have the same genetics as men. We look around, we see people doing these ab circuits. We see them here all the time doing these ab circuits. They're spamming random exercises. They're doing way too many reps. They're treating it for some reason different to any other muscle in the body because for whatever reason they believe that it's magical and it needs different work. We see them doing this all the time. We see people doing normal amount of reps for most exercises, but we see them doing calf raises, we see them doing lateral raises, and out of nowhere they're going to 20 to 30 reps as if it's, again, a different sort of muscle which needs more. We see people coming in only to do cardio and then leaving. And maybe we even hear them talking to someone about how they want to be lean and toned, how they want to build muscle, and yet they'll never touch a weight because they believe that cardio is going to get them there. Maybe we even see people coming in every single day to hit chest and biceps, chest and arms, or whatever you would like to call it, every single day, nothing else. And yet they'd probably get more out of that. if they came once a week to do it. Why? That's the thing. One of the biggest myths is the fact that you have to hit something more than once a week. When you don't. You've reached that ceiling, you've got it. You can go, you're done for the week. And yet people will do twice a week just out of habit. I find myself doing it. You see people taking super long workouts. You get in and it looks like they're halfway You get in and it looks like they're halfway done. You do your entire workout, your entire 1 hour workout. You do some cardio for 30 minutes. They're still doing the same body part. It's a bit confusing, though, because we've done like 2 muscle groups, maybe even 3. Maybe we even see a personal trainer coming in and he's coaching a child. And we don't see him putting them on weights. We see him making them do cardio. Or maybe we even see them doing something I've seen before, which is literally he got this kid to kneel down on one knee, get a dumbbell in one hand, which is too heavy for him, and would help the guy shoulder press it, only one at a time, like one side. Most bizarre thing I've ever seen in my life. But it's because they believe that it will stunt growth if they do proper strength training. Maybe you even see people, bit of a controversial thing to say, maybe you even see people stretch before their workout. Long, elaborate stretch sessions, as if it's going to do something more. Now, we know all of these things are myths, but yet we can see this in our mind. We don't have to see it in our mind. We can go right now and we will see at least one of these things guaranteed. Because people are going to believe these sort of things. And so, I think alongside this, we almost get a little bit of fear. Because it means that we are probably following at least one myth right now. Whether or not we know better. I mean, I mentioned the fact that I know that I have to do something once a week, and yet I will do it twice, just out of habit. Even when we know these myths are wrong, like these myths are myths, even when we know that, maybe we don't even conform to fixing our sort of routines to not be falling into this trap. And so how are these guys who are doing like 10 of the myths how are they gonna fix it? It's not gonna change, is it? Because the ones we still have left over are still suffering. My biggest myth, the myth I'm trying to debunk for everyone, the myth I'm trying to show, like the white light, the path to greatness, is that you don't have to train to failure. You do. If you're training for hypertrophy, you're going to failure. I don't care. We're not being lazy, we're going to failure. We're getting the most amount of gains possible. We're stealing the gains. Beginner gains come and we say, I'm taking more. That's why I'm here, and I have a way to help you. But alongside that, here's the thing. We probably tried to help some of our friends with these myths. We probably had to tell them about how they need to take longer rest breaks, they need to do less reps, they need to do less sets, they need to push harder, they need to go to failure. And they've turned around, they haven't listened. And when this sort of thing happens, we need to completely change our approach. We need to almost create an atmosphere with them where if they can't respect the knowledge we're giving to them when we're explaining it perfectly, if they can't respect that from us, and when we work out with them or we spend time with them, they won't let us train in that approach, then they don't respect us enough to earn that privilege. And so unfortunately, in circumstances like this, they don't deserve our time. And we can hang out with them outside it, but they haven't earned the privilege to work out with us.